Hey guys, today I have this summer yellow makeup look. I am totally inspired and in love with yellow right now, so I figured I would do this simple yellow look. Let's go ahead and hop right on in. First thing we're gonna get started with is the Pineapple Glow. This is their moisturizing and brightening mask by Too Faced. This is pretty new and I am so interested in trying this out. So I figured I'd try it on camera first. So it's basically supposed to help moisturize your skin, keep it nice and bright and tight, and that is what we want, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this all over my skin using this brush, and you're supposed to leave it on for about 10 to 15 minutes, let it sink in, and then I went to go ahead and rinse it off and pat it dry with a towel. And I actually wound up really liking it. It makes my skin feel super soft. To now prep the skin after we rinse that off, I'm taking my favorite Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. You guys already know this is my favorite, by far my holy grail moisturizer, especially before makeup. So I'm going to put this all over my face and blend it down to my neck as well. So I'm going to switch over and hop into the eyes. I'm taking the Born This Way from Too Faced. This is the multi-use concealer. I'm going to go ahead and put this all over my lids as my base up to my brow bone. And since we're working with a brighter color today, I'm putting on a little bit more than usual, just so we have a really nice even layer. And I'm going to go ahead and pat this in. So for today's eye look, I figured I would keep it more on the matte side and very, very simple, kind of like a blown out neon-ish eye. So I'm taking this yellow color from the It's My Rae Rae palette from BH Cosmetics, and I think this color for yellow is like actually perfect. Like the amount of pigment you get is so good. So you'll see I like to start out really slow. I like to kind of get a decent amount on the brush, obviously, but I like to start out really slow in the crease. And like I said, I'm going to be using this color mainly all over the entire lid. So I don't have to start out this slow, but I do like to do that to build my way up to my desired pigment, because you'll see it kind of gives a nice gradient effect in the end. And I know that sounds a little weird now, but it's more of like a blown out eye look. So I'm obsessed with doing it this way. So I just kind of take it from inner to outer corner as if I was doing a typical crease, but I'm just going to start out pretty slow and pretty light-handed, and then I will keep on going and building up this color in and out, and in that windshield wiper motion. I bring it up a little bit higher as well, and it takes a little bit of time. Like blending out takes a little bit, but I'd rather overblend and just have that really nice gradient look as opposed to it being choppy. So I just am going for more of that blown out. So we're just kind of flinging it out towards the brow and bringing it up to the brow as well. Once I have that shade on the way I like it, I'm going to take another brush and start packing in the same exact color to the outer section of the eye. And I'm technically using this color all around, but I do like to start out from the outer corner and kind of work my way inwards on the lid. So these packing motions really ensure the color to give you that true pigment and you're not losing any color behind. I love doing this patting technique. I think that it just gives the most beautiful payoff. So I'm going to keep on doing that all the way into the inner section of my lid as well. And you can just see how bright and vibrant this color is starting to look and appear. And above that, you'll see where we put the crease color, it's kind of looking more diffused and gradient. Even though it's the same color, it gives that kind of illusion and look with the different techniques you're applying the colors with. So I'm going to keep on doing that up until my desired look. So even in my inner section of my eye as well, and then I go back in with a separate brush that is more for blending, and just go right on top of that and blend above it, and that still just gives that gradient effect and just keeps everything looking seamless and not harsh in any way. So I'm just going to keep on doing that, and then I take a smaller brush and apply that same color from the It's My Rae Rae palette and just kind of pack it on again onto the lid, so we just have a more intense look. Once I've done that, I'm going to go in with this new palette from Covergirl. This is actually their Reign palettes. They came out with a bunch of new ones, so it has a nice goldish yellow shimmer tone to it, and I don't want to add anything to the lid of this. I want to keep it nice and matte, but I'm going to go in and apply it to my brow bone. So just taking a little bit on a smaller brush, I'm going to apply it to my brow bone, and I absolutely love it. The pigment and everything feels just like butter. So, so nice. Then I'm just taking a tiny bit of the Morphe James Charles palette, and I'm taking the yellow shade in here and just packing on a tiny bit of that yellow shade right on the middle section of the lid, just to really intensify it a little bit more. That's obviously optional. Just kind of wanted an extra pop. So I do go in with multiple brushes just to make sure that I'm distributing the product really evenly and feathering it out really nicely and giving that a nice effortless blend. So I keep on doing that. And now we're just going to wipe away the excess underneath. There was only a little bit of fallout. Then we're going to go into the face. I'm taking this Lancome primer. This is their La Base Pro Primer, and this is really great for pore filling. So I'm just going to be using it in the spots where I have the largest pores because I still want this look to kind of look dewy and not so matte all over, but I do want to go ahead and hide up the pores and make it an even canvas. So I'm just putting it on the typical areas that I normally do, mainly the T-zone. Then going in with Wander Beauty Nude Illusion Foundation in the color medium. I'm going to go ahead and give a nice amount of coverage all over my skin. Absolutely love this foundation. You guys already know. It's one of my favorites. It is such a gorgeous finish. Like, I get so many compliments when I wear this. They're like, what foundation are you using? Your skin looks amazing. And I don't mean to hype it up that much, but like, you guys, like, it's so good. Makes my skin look super even. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this beauty sponge and pounce it in all over my skin. Make sure it's an even blend down to my neck. To go ahead and conceal my skin, I'm taking the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear. This stuff is Balm.com. You guys already know. This is in the color Cashew. And I'm going to go ahead and conceal under my eyes as well as by my chin, my nose, my forehead, just a tad. Then taking Too Faced, this is the Born This Way concealer, but I'm using the shade Caramel, I believe it is. And I'm just going to put it in the areas I would contour and really sculpt out the skin. And it looks a little bit light when you do apply it, but once you're blending it in, I promise you the color and like the pigment is just pretty rich and a perfect contouring shade, at least for myself. Like, I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and first start off with blending in the concealer first using the pointed edge of this beauty sponge. I just love the finish of both of these products together. Like, it just works amazing. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend that in, and then I'm going to go ahead and blend out the contour right after. To set the concealer in place, I'm taking my trusty Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to go ahead and set that right underneath my eyes and the sides of my nose. All those areas we did put the concealer. I'm going to go ahead and put the powder, and then I'm just going to go ahead and brush it away with a separate brush. And I feel like a lot of people would wonder why I'm doing it so soon. I just don't like to leave it on. I don't really like to bake too much. It can make my skin look a little bit drier, so I just like to initially put it on and then wipe it right away. It does the same trick for me. Like, it does stay pretty matte in these areas throughout the entire day with no creasing, so I just like to do it pretty fast. To get more of a golden look back into my skin, I'm taking the Park Avenue Princess by Tarte. This is the contouring palette. I'm taking this matte shade, and I'm going to go ahead and really just set down the liquid contour that we put down earlier with the stippling brush just to give more of an airbrush type of finish. And I absolutely adore this color. Everything about this bronzer, I think it's amazing. So I'm just going to go ahead and place it on all those areas, and it really just brings out a nice rich bronze color. I wanted to keep this look all matte, but I did want to add a little bit of a sparkle, so I'm taking the new CoverGirl Exhibitionist liquid eyeshadow, and I don't remember the name offhand, but it's a beautiful gold yellow. I'm going to have it listed below. I'm just going to take it on this really thin pencil brush and apply it right into the inner section of my crease. So just like following that crease line, but in the inner section. You can do it as thick or as thin as you would like it to be. I'm just kind of trying to match them up. Since I kind of have a little bit more of hooded eyelids, I feel like I need to make my line a little bit thicker so you're able to see it, but it's again personal preference, so I just love this added touch. I'm obsessed. I do go back in and fix any areas on the lid with the matte yellow color right there, like underneath the line, but other than that, I just kind of create just a little bit of a half line and I'm obsessed with it. So just drawing that, and I think it added like the perfect little touch. For highlight, I'm going in with the Balm Luminizer. This, I believe, is the Bonnie Dewmanizer, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply this all over the areas I like to highlight. This is the beautiful, more gold kind of highlight, so I feel like it kind of pulls together that yellow vibe that we're going for, and I just think it really is appropriate for summer, and it's liquid and melts right into the skin. So just applying it to these areas using this brush, and then I will go over with another one over top of it. Then taking LA Colors Jelly Glam, which I don't remember the name, but again, we'll have it below. It is more of another gold kind of highlight. It's pretty light. It is a jelly consistency, which I thought was really cool, and I'm just applying that right over top of this highlighter, and you guys, it is blinding. Like, so good and super inexpensive, and it's very, very, very reflective. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply that again on top of those spots we hit earlier. I'm going to also spritz up my face using MAC Fix Plus just to get it a little bit more dewy. And then I just go in with some finishing touches on the eye. I just like to take that same blending brush and just run it underneath my lower lash line area to really smoke out that area as well and kind of keep it with that blown out look. And you can do as much as you would like, but I'm just going to do a little bit. For a little added blush to the cheeks, I'm taking the new Too Faced Papaya Pop. That's the color of this one. This is the Fruit Cocktail Blush Duo. These are so good. They smell amazing, and the pigment is amazing. Like, it is a natural kind of blush, but super pretty. A little bit on my apples, my cheeks. And then going in with my Salon Perfect 614 lashes because these are so amazing. My favorites, you guys. It can be dressed up, it can be super casual, like lash extensions. They're just amazing. Then taking the new Laura Mercier Caviar Volume Mascara, I'm going to go ahead and apply that to my lashes. Of course, a little tiny bit to the bottoms and then a little bit more to coat mine and the false ones on top. And I actually really love this mascara. It was super black, so I was super pleased with it. Top off this look on the lips, I'm taking the CoverGirl Major shade. This is the Queen lipstick in the color Cakewalk. It is a beautiful nude. I felt like Nude just went with this look. I know I do that pretty often, but I feel like it just tied this entire look together and was just perfect. And it's totally my go-to, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply that all over my lips. And then I'm going to go ahead and top it off with a gloss. Then I'm going to take Smashbox Gloss. This is the Gloss Angeles, and I believe the color is 74 and Honey, but I could be wrong. It's kind of like mismarked on mine, but yeah, it's a beautiful nude, and I'm just going to top that off on the lips. Then taking Persona Cali Glow, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit into the inner corner of my eye, like almost touching my nose area, just to kind of highlight the inner corner and make that pop just a little bit more. And that completes this makeup look. This is my summertime yellow kind of look. I hope you guys did enjoy this video and maybe found it a little bit helpful. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.